I'm going to do an insight video today, and I've been talking about oneness vibration, oneness frequency, and how this is connected to all things and there's no separation. It's really important, as I've been talking about the last couple of days, about this concept of the soul qualities, the keys of consciousness, the key vibrations that we all bring within our souls, and how this is integrated to the higher self. Over the last couple of days, I've been given this information, and they're giving me more and more stuff around this. Each soul has a vibration, a frequency that starts in source energy, in source vibration, which is part of the oneness vibration, and it's connected to all realities, all dimensional frequencies, and this is what the oneness vibration is. And this is why it's important that each and every one of us awakens to our soul quality, our soul consciousness, our soul frequency. And each and every one of us brings a frequency from source energy back to this plane of existence, to bring it back into harmony, to bring it back into union with the infinite realities and the infinite dimensions. And this is how it works, and this is how it's worked for many years. As I'm starting to many eons and incarnations, as I start to connect into it, I'm seeing like a pyramid above my head, or a portal, like a pyramid, like I say, which is a portal again, which is to higher awareness, higher consciousness. I'm being given a golden pyramid as I start to connect into this, so I know what I'm talking about is related to the teachings, or the wisdom, the eternal wisdom, the eternal insights that they're putting forward. That's very much related to this age again. So the soul qualities are really important, because what we do is we awaken to our soul quality and our soul vibration and our soul frequency, which is part of an infinite frequency that is needed for the planet. And that's why each and every one of us need to awaken to it, because we bring our quality and our vibration, our own key of consciousness. And each of us that awakens to a key of consciousness then unlocks a new vibrational frequency within ourselves, but also helps to harmonize with the planet. So the more of us that awaken, and the more of us that bring this ascension sort of vibration and frequency back to the planet, and open up the planet for its energy fields, its energy grids, its vibrational frequency, to bring it back into harmony and back into union. And this is what the ascended masters, this is what the guides, the teachers, the angels are doing, the universal teachers, the great white brotherhood, are all sort of working on this with each and every one of us, to bring us back into union once again. Yesterday I connected in a little bit into my soul and my higher self, and the relationship between these. They're not separate, they're connected, they're in union, they work in perfect harmony. This is why it's important that we all start to integrate and start to open up to our higher self, because the higher self is the aspect of self that's still connected to source energy and the oneness vibration of the infinite universe, and the infinite wisdom, the infinite consciousness of all the dimensions and all the realities. And that's why people have talked about the higher self for so many sort of, in so many different ways, through so many different teachings, through spiritual teachers, through spiritual models, spiritual sort of theories, philosophies. They all talk about the higher self, and the higher self is talked about because of that reason. It's important to integrate, because what it does is it opens us up, and this is what relates to the golden pyramid, and the portal is to bring in again this universal consciousness. And this is what they did again in Atlantis and Lemuria and Lyra and Andromeda and all these times. And as we open up our higher self, we open up our consciousness to start to receive once again, or to become awakened and aware of these vibrational frequencies that, like I said, in the eternal self, and the eternal moment, have never been lost. It's like I said about this group I had, the Atlantis Reclaim, which talked about reclaiming something. But we're not reclaiming something. What we're doing is we are reclaiming, but it's like the vibrations are already there, so it's becoming open to them again. These vibrations have been never lost. They've always been on the planet. These vibrations, once a vibration is created, it can never ever be destroyed. It can never ever it's never destroyed. It's always there. So like vibration and frequency and energy, it just transmutes. It just changes form. It goes from one state of being to the next. So once that frequency has been created, like with Atlantis and Lemuria and Andromeda and all these other places and all these other frequencies that were on the planet eons ago, in these different sort of highly evolved spiritual cultures, are still here. And this is what this time's about. It's about awakening again to the possibilities, the infinite vibrations, the infinite frequencies of this time and this age. And this is why we're being brought back to them, and this is why we're being given the symbology of these pyramids and things like that, is to bring us back into that union, that consciousness of oneness with the universal source, which is where we were all born. We all started in the universal source, where each soul quality, soul vibration was light and energy within source. And what it did is, what we were doing in that time when we were in that state of vibration and frequency, we were connected to source energy, this oneness vibration of all realities, all dimensions, all frequencies. And each soul, when they were in that frequency, harnessed a vibration, harnessed a frequency. And that's the purpose of each and every one of us, is to bring that frequency back to this plane of existence. Now we've all made sort of like an agreement to come back with that key consciousness, that key vibration, that key frequency. And each and every one of us is, and it's so important that each and every one of us awakens to it, because each of us, when we open our own key frequency, we open up our own sort of vibration frequency, where we become aware and we become conscious of our own soul qualities and soul vibration, soul frequency. We also then start to add to the collective frequencies, the collective frequency of the planet. And this is what brings it back into union. And it's a perfect design of harmony, it's a perfect design of union, and frequency coming back into it. And the higher self and the soul qualities and the soul vibration work in perfect union. They're both in perfect union, and they work in perfect union for that to happen. And again, so yesterday I looked at sort of like connecting into the union of my soul and my higher self, and I had a snippet of it. And as soon as I connected, there was colors, there was energy, there was vibrations, there was frequencies around it. I felt in this infinite space. And what stepped forward, which I've had a couple of times, but is unusual, was like I saw like a unicorn, like a white unicorn, with like a horn. So white is like a high vibration, high frequency, high, like eternal truths, eternal consciousness, all of that. But it's also very much around healing, and healing is very much, when you look at like spiritual healing, it's very about bringing things back into harmony, union, but it's dissolving and it's opening. When you're healing, you're an open channel, and sort of the unicorns bring this kind of like harmony and balance and peace, you know, around the mythical beings that bring this sort of like consciousness of sort of like where like I said, like balance and harmony and stuff like that. But when you connect into that higher self and that soul self, they work in perfect union, like I was saying. And the higher self is this connection to this source energy, this oneness vibration. And this is why it's important that each and every one of us integrate it, and start to integrate the consciousness of the higher self. Because once again, when we start to do that, we're connected to all realities, all dimensions, all frequencies, and we also have then we become this open channel to receive this eternal wisdom, this eternal vibrations of frequency, these eternal insights from the masters, the guides, the angels, these universal teachers, these other frequencies, these other dimensions. And this is what each and every one of us, we're here to be these infinite channels. And like I said, this is what happened in Atlantis, Lemuria, Lyra, Andromeda, all these kind of these spiritual consciousness is, or these spiritual realities. And when I'm talking about Andromeda and Lyra, they're talking about this consciousness coming down now. But this is a direct example of the integration of the higher self. As we open up our consciousness, we start to receive these frequencies that have always been around us, these other dimensional frequencies that are bringing the wisdom and understanding from their ages and their frequency and their vibration to this planet. And we start to align again as this oneness vibration of this infinite collective consciousness of universal and oneness consciousness. And this is what this time's about, and this is why we're all being sort of like directed to understand and to awaken to our soul vibration, our soul frequency, but also to integrate the higher self with the soul vibration, the soul frequency, the universal, well, it's the soul self, which is part of the oneness vibration. And when we're being sort of like connected to integrate them to become one vibration, one frequency, no separation, a perfect union that brings insight, wisdom, understanding. And it's not just me that can do this, all beings can do this. We've all started it within source energy, source vibration. We all started in the light, in the oneness vibration, and each soul um, made a commitment to harness this vibration and bring it to this plane of existence for this reason, to bring us back into union, to bring us back into harmony. And this is how the spirit world works. This is how the guides work. This is how the masters work. It's all about union and harmony. It's about a perfect oneness vibration of creation where we all work, and we all exist in that vibration, and we all harmonize as one. There is no separation, there is only one vibration. And this is how the spirit world works, and this is how the masters work, and this is how the guides work. And this is what they're doing now. It's like when I'm saying about, I opened up and I saw like this unicorn. Well, a unicorn is a state of consciousness, a high consciousness, a high sort of vibrational frequency that brings harmony, that brings union to all things. It brings unconditional sort of vibration as well, because it's very much like they're symbolic of these magical creatures. So it's symbolic again of like when you say like magic, but it's like creation. It's like a higher creative vibration, and this is what I feel it's bringing. But they're bringing many colors like pinks and blues and like yellows, and obviously you've got whites and you've got violet colors, and all these kind of colors are coming through, but they're all different frequencies. All colors are rays, are frequencies of consciousness, and they're also symbolic of dimensional consciousness from the oneness vibration, the oneness frequency. And this is what's coming to the planet now. I only give what I see. I'm not saying that I've forever walked around and talked about unicorns and stuff, because I hear myself talking about stuff that comes through, and they're not stuff I talk about every day. But if something's given, then you need to give it back. You need to like express it, because when you're expressing it, you're opening your channel and you're opening the planet to a new frequency, a new consciousness. And this is what we're here for, and this is part of the soul's purpose, is to open up this planet to a new frequency, a new consciousness. And where that consciousness comes from oneness. So all things come from oneness, and whatever you're seeing symbolic, it's an insight, it's communication from the oneness vibration, for different dimensional frequency and vibrations. And it's about us interpreting them and trying to express them for our own soul frequency, soul vibration. And this will also open up the channel to connection to our higher self, which is open as an open flow of energy that brings through the new vibrations, the new frequencies from all dimensions and all realities. And this is part of the oneness vibration. That's the insight for today.